Thanks for this slot. Thanks for the possibility that we can share our experiences from last year. Do we have the slides?
Hopefully. Yeah.
Oh, wow, here we are. Great. Okay, so we would like to share our case study, which we did last year together with B&B Hotels, and we did it in the context of a very big project, which we did 1 year, financed by the German Federal Economic Ministry, and it was called Move for Female Transformation. We did a lot of activities within the tourism industry for women, but also for men, to highlight a little bit the awareness. And can you go ahead? I don't know if, ich habe einen Clicker. Okay.
I do the click.
Thank you. Okay. So second one. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Sorry, we just arrived. We will get it. So our goal was to establish sustainable strategies, empowering more women to come up to leading positions, and innovative approaches, actionable goals, and strategies to drive for a meaningful change, for a sustainable change. Next. And to ensure the real impact, we conducted 2 interactive workshops with B&B Hotels, management shaping concrete actions together, and Jan is quickly showing what we really achieved with your company.
Yes, I am. I will try my best. So you can see here on the pictures some men, in this case, some men and colleagues from B&B Hotels, because the core people of these workshops have been our upper management, it means C-level. And as measures after this workshop, and it's always the question, what can you really do? We said we've got 3 pillars to say we can change and move on in this topic of how to bring an impact to as a company on B&B Hotels to improve this diversity goal we have, to improve this topic of female leadership. So the first one is, and that's quite simple to say if you really realize how can you improve it and what it brings to you as company, is the inclusive language. So now you could say, come on, inclusive language is such an old one, but I can tell you it's a huge one. So if you really make it to a topic in the company and start with, in German, dem Du, and go for the first names and not the surnames, if you realize in the management, okay, bring down these shiny walls, you can change really something. And as first takeaway from my side, it is look at your career pages, look at your job descriptions, look at your job ads, and ask yourself, as especially women, would I apply for this? And mostly the answer is no. Why? Because it's masculine written and not female written. And it's such an easy step to take as company if you challenge this one. So this has been the first one. The second one has been, okay, we are private equity as B&B Hotel, Goldman Sachs is our main investor, and it's always about KPIs, performance, and how can we challenge things. And we did ask ourselves, what steps can we do to implement a kind of, hey, if you look for this, then you may get an incentive. Does mean for men and for women in the management, if you take care about this topic, you can get an incentive. And as always, and maybe as the private equity in this special, it works if you incentive the people on this one. And the last one, and it's also easy to say, has been the how do we brief headhunters? To be honest, our employer brand, especially in the headquarter, is quite a weak one. So we don't have the power to find on our own strength the people we need, the talents we need. We're struggling for success planning, we're struggling for real talents. And so we are used to go to headhunters. And the briefing has always, okay, send us profiles. And the answer of the headhunter agencies has been, the easy way is, there's my carta of male profiles. I'm going to send you 100 male profiles. That's it. Easy job, signing, done. I get money. But we started to say, look, if you want to send us a male colleague, then at least send us a female to make it 50-50. Give them the chance. We want to see the women in this case, and it's also an easy step everyone can take in a company. And as I said, we are private equity, so KPI driven, so it's all about KPIs sometimes. The good news is, due to this focus, we were able to increase in the management level the female part on 5%. And that's, for me, I mean, we do this since 1 year, 5%, that's huge for me. The second one is, it's a marathon. Yeah, we've got achieved 5%, but we asked all employees, do we enough for this topic of female leadership? And the pure answer has been, that's also one topic. To be honest, it's not an easy one. Only 39% of the women said, yes. I'm not happy about that one, to be honest, but it's the truth. I can't change the world in 1 year, even with the help of Claudia and the whole team, but we can do our best.
Thank you very much, Jan. So for me, it was a really good experience with you. We could make a questionnaire, we could get the open feedback of the employees. It was really a good experience for us, and I think we learned a lot. We learned that communication is key. Communication is key within the company, with all different people who are working there. We try to inform everybody that we are in this case study for 1 year, but in the end, still in September, October, when we made our questionnaire, we realized that not everybody was on the track that we are doing this case study. But in the end, I think communication is really very important, and it's also important to outside. So we communicated a lot via LinkedIn about our experiences and about what we learned in the different workshops. And we saw that a lot of people reacted on that and that it was a big topic. Diversity needs structural support is the second thing. And I think this is really clear if we look at your case. So, for example, for me, it was a very big learning, the headhunter story, yeah, to say, okay, the headhunter has an easy job when he just sends something out and then 20, 30 male CVs come back. And you told me that you are still searching for a high position, a woman, and that it is very, very complicated to find a woman in a high position, because sometimes it's also a family thing. Yeah, that the women go for more care work than the man. So I think it's completely, it's a whole structural thing. And in the end, it needs time. We need all a lot of patience to look at this, to get more awareness for this with men, like in your case, the 10 men at the sea level. And I think if we have more patience for us all, and we get the supports to work together, then it will be, let's say, in 30, 50 years, so our granddaughters maybe can have, or our granddaughters can have more leading positions. But I'm hopeful. Thank you very much. So we are here, and I have 3 persons of my wonderful team here, and and we created, in the time of our project, a very sustainable thing to support women, young women, older women, however. It's called Workbook, and it's a book with which you can work on your career, on your mindset, whatever. And we give it out for free. And today we have here, I don't know how many, but you can just come grab one and work with it. And I hope you have a good time. So we still have 5 minutes, we can take some questions from the audience or feedback.
Indeed. Let's see. Has anybody got questions? Then just don't be too shy. We're a small little group of friends here. There's a lady here in the front. I don't know if we have a mic for her, but if we don't, would you mind standing up? And if people can't hear you, I will at least do your question.
Okay, great. Did you get a lot of pushback internally from the other males in the company saying, hey, you know, this is really specific only for women. We're now not feeling included?
Did everybody hear the question?
Yeah,
yes,
maybe
good.
to take this one, the question has been, okay, are there the males saying, hey, it's only for women now, and how can this be?
Great idea.
To be honest, yes, there always will be this 5-10% struggling to say, look at me, that's my career, I feel pushed back. But it is a good conversation to have, to explain, look, we are at around about 30% of female leadership and management, means 70% are still male if you are in fear of this one. So it's a chance to see this one, and if you want to go with us in the journey and you think about this, it would be for me a good invite. But yeah, there are these 5% saying, hey, what are you doing there? Yeah.
Fantastic. From me, because I love this presentation and I love the initiative, and great to have you back on stage with us. It's a first for you, I think, so very nice to have you with us as well. Were there any concerns when you had to go and present this initiative? And how did you overcome that, and how did you do it anyway?
So lucky me, it's not my first keynote or panel or whatever, so the concerns haven't been on myself, but the concerns have been on, okay, this topic here standing as obviously men, talking about how can you solve the diversity and female topic. So it's like, okay, am I the real one? So this has been my concern, but to overwhelm this, I did ask myself, and especially also you, we had the conversation about, okay, I did stick to this for the last more than 1 year, so who else than me would be the one sharing these insights and trying to build this kind of bridge?
Fantastic.
And it was also that we talked about bringing a woman from the company and talking with us, but we knew we have a very tight slide, so we thought, okay, he supports the topic very much. And we also had this first workshop with all the men of the C-levels, and they were all very supportive. So they want to have this workforce because they know diverse teams are much better.
Well, no one gender can shift the needle anyway, so I think this was a beautiful example of a fantastic partnership and where diversity is in place. Thank you for coming today and presenting this, and I know you and your colleagues will have the books to hand out as people either leave today, but don't leave just yet maybe, because we do have another panel coming. So we give these guys a fantastic big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.